Jean Loring. It's the Identity Crisis chick. That's for some reason that's what I thought.
She was
yeah
bumped off, and then they have to erase people's memory continuously. Oh, it's a fucked up book.
Yeah, obviously.
It's worth a read, though. It's really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jean and Scott, what a...
tumultuous relationship?
Yeah, that is...
Well, it doesn't help that you got the 4'9" badass, falling in love with you, and then, she... Phoenix, and then Emma Frost, and...
Then Wolverine. I know he's
that's
4'9"
badass. 4'9" badass, yeah.
I know.
That is a love square.
Let's talk about trial by fire with these people.
Well,
it's so... And then he had to watch her die. I don't know how many times.
Oh, he married her clone,
Madeline Pryor, who turned out... She was like Goblin Queen?
Goblin Queen and Red Queen, and then their child got abducted and sent to the future and became Cable. That's who Cable is.
Okay, right on.
It's not... Oh, boy.
Well, but what I know of Scott and Jean is the X-Men movies.
I mean, they're not too far off.
Because when I read Joss Whedon, it was Emma Frost.
Oh, okay. Emma wasn't...
Well, that's because Jean Grey's been, perma-dead for... Well, was perma-dead for years.
That was after the Dark Phoenix saga. She died, but then she was resurrected through the Phoenix
which
Force
news,
again.
and small correction from a previous episode, is apparently they're
X-Men
moving forward with another X-Men movie, and it's going to be a continuation of the Dark Phoenix saga.
It's called X-Men Supernova.
So,
and it's set in the 90s.
So a sequel to
like X-Men number 2.
Yes.
That is they're going to do Dark Phoenix again.
Yes.
Oh, they better not fuck this one up, because I was pissed last time.
Last Stand was terrible.
I have not forgiven Brett Ratner.
Was that Apocalypse?
He's forever on my shit list.
Wait, Last Stand. Is that the one where Wolverine kills her?
Yeah, 2006. Brett Ratner directed it.
Where
That's
why
it sucked.
Where they go to the island?
Yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah, where they turned Alcatraz into to make a cure for...
Like the new Ellis Island or whatever?
Yeah. Well, in the comic books, Alcatraz becomes... I believe that's what becomes Utopia, which is the safe haven for
it's
mutants.
not called Utopia.
It is in the comic books. The safe haven for mutants in California is called Utopia. Genosha is a country. Utopia is a island that becomes a safe haven.
Or Genosha.
Yeah, Genosha.
Okay. Well, wasn't Magneto in charge of Genosha?
He was. I think so.
Yeah, and he turned it into like a paradise for mutants.
Yeah, but in the current, for 2000, Avengers vs. X-Men, Utopia was a main...
Ooh, okay, so that's the new stuff. Gotcha.
Anyways, yes, they're doing the Dark Phoenix saga.
Oh, man.
Sidetracked.
Anyways,
God, Brian Singer,
Gene
don't
and Scott,
fuck this up.
it's one of the most...
Well, he's also doing the TV pilot for X-Men, the X-Men show.
Oh, Legion?
No,
they're doing another X-Men
show.
Oh, that's a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And apparently Legion is disgustingly amazing.
See, I don't have cable, so I can't watch it, but next time I go to my sister...
Deadpool has cable.
My sister has On Demand.
La 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 la.
I'll just watch it next time at her house.
Did you catch what I said? You didn't catch what I said.
La 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 la.
No, I said Deadpool has cable.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
You think that's what they're going to do?
He's already said cable's coming to Deadpool too.
Oh, well, yeah, because that was the end credit thing where he was
right, and I said Deadpool has...
Ferris Bueller.
Never mind.
Anyways, so Gene and Scott, one of the most famous...
Other X-Men is Storm and Black Panther, and we talked about them last week.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, the relationships are...
Gambit and Rogue, you can't forget them.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
My knowledge of that's 92 X-Men, where he's just constantly in love with her, and so was I.
He was.
So was I.
Gambit was one of the few...
15-year-old watching that TV show? Yeah.
Well, he was one of the few to touch her and
not die.
Not die.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but they're also both from the South, and I think they kind of tried to play on that originally. It ends up being a really cool love story, but...
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, my knowledge of that's 92, and his frustration with not being able to be with her or whatever. But
isn't that everybody's frustration with Rose?
Yeah, until it was.
I really like you, but if I touch you,
True Blood.
You didn't like Anna Paquin?
No, man, I've never liked Anna Paquin. I didn't like her in True Blood either. She took too much screen time from Joe Manganiello.
Oh my god!
For those of you that don't know, James has a massive erection for Joe Manganiello.
And I repeat, not going down that rabbit hole again.
Greatest superhero couple ever, Joe Manganiello and Sofia Vergara. Let's go. Let's talk. Let's chat.
What?
Sofia
Who
Vergara?
would she play?
I don't care.
I don't care.
Deathstroke, and anything Deathstroke does is the best.
Anyways, other Marvel power...
Sue and Reed.
Yeah, you can't forget Sue and Reed.
Yeah,
the first
power
family.
couple. First family of Marvel, man.
They've literally been married forever.
Yeah, but their relationship...
And they gave birth to a god.
Basically. Like, he is
basically.
level.
He's Omega
Franklin
level.
Richards is the most powerful.
He is Marvel's Dr. Manhattan.
Basically. Actually, he's responsible when they did Heroes Reborn in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Franklin Richards did that.
And one of the theories I've heard about that is that Sue and Reed's child should, if they ever decide to reboot Marvel, which they're talking about, that Franklin Richards should show up and just go, and it's done.
Because he can do that.
Yep, absolutely.
And maybe, but in this latest stuff with Marvel, there's no Fantastic Four.
Well, yeah, because they're sticking it to freaking Fox.
I know, but I don't want them to do that because I want to read Fantastic Four.
So do I. I think a lot of people want to read Fantastic Four. And that's why Sue and Reed right now can't be considered, like... I mean, they can, because they're still a part of, like, the big crossover events and things like that. Secret Wars and stuff. And,
because Reed Richards was the one person who could beat Doctor Doom.
Yeah. But the thing is that there's no continuous Fantastic Four comic right now, which makes it real hard for new readers to show up and go, cool, because all they have to go off of are the 2-3 shitty movies. Well, the first one wasn't too bad with Captain America as Johnny Blaze, but
Cap Torch America.
But Johnny Storm.
Johnny Storm. But the other one, and then Josh Trank's debacle.
Well, that one was doomed from the start because there was all these issues with the directing and the production,
and then the race issues with Johnny Storm and
the writing. They fired Max
blew
Landis
up over that bullshit. Like, really,
Michael B. Jordan. Yeah,
but did anyone really say anything?
Stan Lee came out and goes, "I'm good with it."
Right, Stan the Man Lee was okay with it, but people still bitched.
Yeah,
but I don't remember a lot of controversy with Deadshot.
No, and that's the thing, man.
Is it because it's Will Smith and white people love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I don't know.
Like, we're talking about white people like we're not white.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not.
I'm Irish.
Oh, you're like hella white.
You don't even burn.
I am
burst
clear.
Into flames.
I am clear,
outside.
Man. I am not white. I am clear.
I am German, as evidenced by my car.
Yeah. Big red. It's red too. Oh my god.
So like communist Germany.
Oh, the Nazis. Never mind. We're not going to get into that.
Yeah, no, let's not. Other Marvel power couples.
We'll make another podcast.
Yeah,
Politics and you.
Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy.
Spider-Man and
we
Gwen
kind of touched on that a little bit earlier, but
which ends tragically.
Yes, because
tragic couple, but they loved each other.
Catch her
with a web.
And she loved him
and snaps her neck.
And she loved him for who Peter Parker was.
Yeah, how I have described it is she fell in love with Gwen Stacy fell in love with Peter Parker and accepted the fact he was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Whereas Mary Jane Watson fell in love with Spider-Man and accepted that it was Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And personally, for me, growing up as a kid reading Spider-Man, it was always Mary Jane and Peter. I don't hate Gwen. I don't want anybody to think I do.
She died really early on in the comic books.
Did.
Like in like the 70s, I'm going to say.
Maybe. I think
70s
it was.
or 80s.
But
it was in that movie I just saw.
Anyways.
Yes, it was.
A couple years ago.
But I don't hate Gwen Stacy.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
But I truly believe that Peter's one true love is Mary Jane Watson. Because,
no, his true love is science.
Well.
Boom! True bomb.
Fair, but that's always what I read growing up. And, like, I remember reading the first issue of Ultimate Spider-Man. And it was Mary Jane Watson from the get-go.
Yeah.
I mean, Gwen Stacy was a character. Betty Brant was another flame of his he liked. And she was a secretary at the Bugle, but...
Played by Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, she was. But it was always the idea that every superhero, well, male superhero, typically has that love interest of some sort. And even like DC with Midnighter and Apollo, Midnighter's love interest is Apollo. And typically, at least the current series, revolves around saving said love interest.
And now the tables are turning.
Yes, but I like the fact that they're kind of switching it, though, where the love interest either has the same, the ability to save the hero or heroine, or, they're not just stuck as a damsel or whatever you would call the male in distress idea. So, like, Mary Jane...
An idiot. That's what you call a male in distress.
Fair enough.
Sexist pig.
Well, like, Lois Lane gets superpowers, or Mary Jane, I think, got spider powers during Spider Island and had to save Peter. And that's a cool idea to me.
But, cool, going back, Lois Lane was always, like, in the movies and even in the comics, she was always falling over a rail at Niagara Falls in the movie and have Superman save her. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
This girl that you want to date is a fucking
that's
idiot.
One thing I love about Amy Adams' portrayal.
Oh, she's a badass.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's how Lois Lane is in the comics now. Like, that's
and in the Ultimate Edition of BVS, she goes through that entire research, the investigative process, the research of it. It's good.
I saw a comment online that the Ultimate Edition should have just been renamed Lois Lane versus Lex Luthor. Because it really was.
I would watch that.
But the Ultimate Edition is, as we all, I know, agree, is the true version of the movie, though.
Well, that's
way better.
And that's what they've learned out of that whole process is don't edit the shit out of it, since Justice League is now going to have a 181 minute runtime.
I think they had to learn that again after Suicide Squad, because they had to come out with an extended cut.
Which was 100 times better than the original cut.
Yeah. So
although I had a buddy of mine, Nick, message me and he goes, I just watched Suicide Squad and I loved it. And I go, which one? And he goes, what do you mean? And I go, was there an extended scene on the bridge with Joker and Harley? And he goes, no. And I was like, and you loved it? He goes, yes. And I was like, thank you.
I was like, boy, won't you be
surprised?
surprised?
Best movie of the year.
Best movie of the year.
Because James is on that train.
He just likes saying it because he wants to see how many people he can piss off.
No, and that's why Spider-Man and Mary Jane is important to you, because that was the image you had of a relationship.
Yeah.
Reading comics, growing up, this is what a relationship was for you, and that, kind of, I wouldn't say shaped how you approach a relationship, but it definitely plays into it.
Well,
You're like, what did Peter do for Mary Jane, vice versa? How does a relationship work? Those are the things that our parents don't teach us. How to be a good boyfriend or how to be a good husband or whatever. And those are the things that we have to fill in with the resources we have around us.
Now you just ask, Daddy, why is Mommy crying? He says, go to your room.
Yeah.
Kalen may have had a tormented childhood. We don't know.
Just a touch.
May or may not.
Anyways.
That's for our episode on abusive... whatever. I don't know.
But then you had...
start something, I think it was how to
was
finish it, James.
2006.
I didn't know my dad. Eat a dick.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
I know.
Sorry.
6 months old, and he just went, peace.
Wow.
He literally did that.
Yeah, he looked at my mom and he goes, been real, bitch. So,
just wanted to make sure it was mine. Bye.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Your parents fuck you up so much.
Oh my god, parents are
It's
assholes.
bad.
Unless they're good parents, and then they're good
Yeah.
parents.
Well, you had 2006 roll around, and what was it? One More Day, I think is what the name of the story arc was, where Peter is forced to give up his marriage to Mary Jane to Mephisto to make the world forget that he is Spider-Man, because he revealed he was Spider-Man in Civil War.
No shit.
And that's what Mephisto wanted. That was the one thing Mephisto wanted more than anything from Spider-Man. His marriage to Mary Jane.
Because it was so important. But that's why Spider-Man was so
for
important
me,
in Civil
like,
War,
that's
because he revealed his identity.
Right.
Which, of course, didn't happen in the movie, so it's like, why was he there?
It's because he's 14 in the goddamn movie.
I don't know how old
15.
he was in that one.
He's 15.
Well, not in the
Oh,
comic.
One More
comic.
Day. Oh, God, he was in his 20s or 30s.
Hold on, allergies. Hold on. All right, you went away. You're good.
Okay.
Anyways, do we want to switch over to...
Let's touch back over to DC for a second. Oh, here's one you like. Mara and Arthur.
Mm-hmm. It's cool. All right, moving on.
Okay.
No, it's such a good love story. It really is, and they're gonna do it. It's not gonna be the center focal point of the movie. Like, from what I understand, the movie, she's gonna be not betrothed to Arthur or Aquaman, and ultimately she will fall in love with him. And from what I understand from the people that they have cast, the throne is not his yet. since Ocean Master is still around.
I think Patrick Wilson's playing.
Patrick
right?
Wilson.
Okay.
And then
AKA Night Owl.
Night Owl. Yeah, recycling DC